A Quiet Place tells the story of the Abbotts as they try to survive in this post-apocalyptic world, which is taken over by these noise-sensitive creatures that will hunt you down even if you make the slightest noise. Now, A Quiet Place is an excellent film that is truly one of the best modern horror films, and one of the major reasons for that is its concept. I mean, the concept about this family trying to survive a post-apocalyptic world in complete silence itself is so fascinating, because if you sit down and try to be silent for maybe like 10 minutes, it's almost near impossible to do that, and assuming that you have to just live like that, it's really scary if you ask me. But one of the major highlights in the movie is that despite it being a horror film that has creatures in it and all of these tension filled sequences, it's essentially a film about family and the lengths to which you go to protect those around you, to protect your family, and I think that resonates very well from an emotional perspective. I think this movie also does great. But let's come to the things that actually elevate the film. The first and foremost thing is the performances. I think all of the performances are great. This is the kind of film that requires the actors to express a lot without even a single word of dialogue, and I think every actor in the film just does that to perfection. You clearly know what the character is thinking just by looking at them, and that is great acting. John Krasinski is great in the film, Emily Blunt, and both of the kids, Noah Jupe and Melissa Simmonds, both of them just amazing performances all the way through. And another thing that really works with the film is the way it is directed. Now, this could have turned out to be your regular run-of-the-mill creature horror movie, but it doesn't, because of the way it is directed. I mean, the movie is directed by John Krasinski, Jim Halpert from The Office, Jack Ryan. I mean, whoever would have thought that John Krasinski would make an excellent horror film? I don't know, like, he does a great job. Every single scene is directed to perfection. I mean, John Krasinski is a great director, no doubt. Yeah, that really stands out. The direction of the movie, it's amazing. The amount of attention to detail that each scene has, it's really awesome. I mean, if you rewatch the movie, which I have done a few days ago, I've noticed many scenes and even a few details in the background of those scenes, which really set up a scene that is about to come later on in the movie. And I mean, that I saw that everywhere in the film. Like, there were a lot of details in the direction, the way it was directed. I mean, every camera movement, it really adds to the tension of the scene, and this movie is just like a very edge of your seat and thrilling experience that's absolutely tension filled. After like the first 20-25 minutes of the film, which is essentially showing you how the Abbotts are living, which is quite fascinating if you ask me, and all of these elaborate traps that they have set up around their house. They have a sign language that they communicate with, and they also have a few lights in case of emergencies, which is really clever. So it's all really fascinating to watch. But after that 25-minute mark, it just like, man, it's a non-stop thrill ride that is so well directed, and the focus is on point, and all of the scenes are just tension filled. You're on the edge of your seat, and you, in those initial 25 minutes, they make you care for the characters. So whenever they are in a dangerous situation, you just want them to stay quiet. That's essentially what A Quiet Place achieves in all. And one of the biggest things about the movie is that it immerses you so much into its concept, into its characters, that you yourself, while watching the film, don't want to make a noise. I mean, it's almost like you feel if you make a noise, then you're going to ruin something, and that's really great. I mean, there are very few movies that can immerse you so much into them that you begin to feel the world around it. And I think A Quiet Place does that. Now, coming to things that don't work, these are very tiny nitpicks. I don't want to say them out, but yeah, they do exist. For example, the Abbotts have electricity in their house. They never explain clearly why they have electricity. So even if it is a generator, doesn't a generator create sound that's going to attract these creatures, and things like that. Like they show in the film that if you live near a constant source of sound, they go to a waterfall, and the creatures are not attracted to that because there is a constant sound, which makes sense. But then why don't they just go and live near the waterfall? Things like that. You can nitpick the movie, you can find a few flaws here and there, but I think those don't take away from you the experience that you have while watching the movie. I mean, this is truly a film that gets better and better every single time you rewatch it. And if you haven't watched A Quiet Place, just watch it. It is amazing. With all of that said, I'm going to give A Quiet Place an A. On the entertainment scale, it is an 8.5 out of 10. Just do not miss out this one. That's what I thought about A Quiet Place. Put down in the comments what you guys think about this movie. Comment down below everything that you want to talk about the film. Do you like it? Do you love it? What are your favorite modern horror films? Put all of that down in the comments. Give this video a like, hit that subscribe button, share this video. And I'll see you again.